right on YouTube. Hello and welcome in, folks. This is the 463rd episode of the Dean Withers Show. For everybody tuning in, happy 4th of July. It is America's 250th birthday. For that reason, I am live a little bit earlier today, and we are going to be live for much shorter today than we typically are. Katie, thank you for that galaxy. We're going to be live for at max around an hour and 40 minutes, which is definitely a big change from our typical 4 hours, but I have to go to my dad's house later and spend some time with the family. So for that reason, we're going to be cutting it short today. It was either we stream for an hour and 40 minutes or we don't stream at all, and I thought I'd spend some time on live with you guys because I don't know if I could go a day without these streams. But anyway, seriously, folks, appreciate you for being here. If this is your first time tuning into the stream, you are in for a wild ride. Here we talk to Trump supporters and we talk to Republicans and we try to change their minds on why they support Trump, because I happen to think that Donald Trump is a very worse president of both your life and mine. Every day before we do hop into those debates, we also always like to go through the breaking news. Today's breaking news is kind of fucking ridiculous. I'm going to go ahead and just play you guys a short form video that I recorded before I went live because I didn't quite have enough time to get all the resources preloaded up onto my computer like I typically do. But you need to see this. I'm just going to let the video I recorded before I went live speak for itself because this is seriously fucking insane. Let's go ahead and roll the clip. Today, on America's 250th birthday, thousands of white supremacists are marching our capital, chanting slurs, flying the Confederate flag, and calling for the reclamation of America by the white man. This is a photo taken by Reuters of the white supremacists traveling to the Capitol on the DC Metro. In the middle of the sea of white supremacists, we see a lone black woman commuting, surrounded by a sea of people who do not think she deserves rights. A sea of people who do not think she deserves to be in this country, and frankly, a sea of people who probably don't think she deserves to be alive. But unlike this black woman, these white supremacists are too cowardice to reveal their identities, wearing masks, glasses, and caps. And while this sea of cowards were traveling to our capital to protest for one of the most explicitly degenerate and dangerous ideologies that has existed in history, this lone black woman sat there unmasked to face it all. That's the breaking news, folks. Completely fucking disgusting. Unbelievably vulgar. On America's 250th birthday, we are reminded of America's first. A country ran by racist white men. A country where only white men had, with property, aka money, had the ability to vote. A country where minorities were either subjugated to subhuman treatment or not allowed in at all. And that is exactly what many members of the right are protesting for today in our nation's capital. We're going to go ahead and hop straight into those debates. Once again, for everybody who's joining us today, we will be live for significantly shorter than we usually are. We usually run 4-hour live streams because of today, the 4th of July, and some plans I have with my family later. We will only be live for around 1 hour and 40 minutes. It's kind of my fault for not waking up earlier, or else we could have been live for longer. But let's go ahead and hop into that very first debate of the day. Only hop inside of that queue on TikTok if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. I really want to call this out real quick. Thank you so much for the galaxy. If you guys troll today, we're not going to have any debates. On a bad day, Drias, thank you for the galaxy as well, we get around an hour and 20 minutes of trolls before we find the first debate. If you guys do that today, because we're only going to be live for 1 hour and 40 minutes, we won't get any debates. And honestly, I'm just going to end and go to my dad's house early. So that's just kind of it. Let's go to try to get that very first guest up in that in the box. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. You have to be an American adult. You have to be 18 plus and MAGA in order to stay on that live stream. So please do follow the rules. Shout out to the very first super chat of the day. Diswee, that is DIS. Thank you for the $20 over on super chat. Who says I'm on time today. Good luck with the stream. Well, thank you, Dis. It's good to see you as per usual. I know that you're always hanging out with us in here. Just know that I appreciate you. Let's get 200 Dis W's. Thank you so much for that love and support. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and try to get that very first guest up of the day. We are looking for some Trump supporters to join. If you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in the bio on TikTok, pin message on YouTube, and of course the handles at the top of the phone screen on TikTok too. It's just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E in the last name Withers. Double check that spelling. Thank you so much for that, Galaxy. Welcome in. Dude, do you support Trump?
Fuck you! Nope. Fuck! Fuck! Fuck you! Fuck!
God, what's your problem? Okay, I hear you. Just tell me. Just hey, just take a breath. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Whis, thank you so much for the galaxy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jesus. Wow. I think that MAGA started drinking a little bit earlier today than usual. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump, the big kahuna?
Yeah, I support some of his policies, not everything.
Okay, but, yeah. How old are you, man?
I'm 22.
All right, bro. We're going to speed run this shit because I only have an hour and a half to be live. What's your favorite Trump policy, bro?
So I like the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017. It was the largest tax reform in 30 years. It cut corporate tax rates from 35% to 21%. It doubled the standard deduction, increased child tax credit, and provide relief for many middle-class families.
All right, bro. I'm going to speed run this shit. First and foremost, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act from Trump's first term. I'd rate it a C-. Why? Because it did help out the average American. According to the IRS, the average American got $4,000 back per year because of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. But 85% of the cuts in the bill went to the top 1%, and it cost us $1.9 trillion. And a study done by 2 Harvard economists, one right-leaning and one left-leaning, indicated that it only led to around 0.3% GDP growth annually, meaning that we spent a lot of money on a bill that disproportionately gave more tax cuts to the ultra-wealthy and increased income inequities. But because it also did help out the average American, it was a permissible bill in my eyes, and I'd rate it a C-. Now, the thing is, if you supported Donald Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in his first term, you definitely don't support Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill in his second term. Because according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, that's not helping the average American at all. In fact, it's reducing the purchasing power of the working class. It's taking healthcare away from 10 million low-income Americans, food stamps away from 3 million low-income Americans, and it is the most expensive piece of legislation in American history, clocking in at $5 trillion.
Got it. $5 trillion. So yeah, I don't, from what I honestly, I'm going to be honest, I haven't actually really read the big beautiful bill. I probably should read it. But from what you said, I probably wouldn't support that either.
Cool. And let's remember that the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, although it was a policy passed by Trump, is a policy of the past. That was in his first term. That was passed close to 10 years ago now. Donald Trump 2.0 is the big, beautiful bill. That is his landmark economic policy of his second administration. So if you disagree with the big, beautiful bill, I fail to see any reason why you would support him as president.
Yeah. I also supported pre-COVID. He created millions of jobs, over 7 million before the pandemic. And unemployment reached historic lows, including for African American, Hispanic people, and women. And
First
the
point
median. Sorry.
First point I'll make here is we saw even lower levels of unemployment for minority communities, including black people under Biden. The lowest level of unemployment for black Americans under Trump was 5.6% in April of 2019, I think. And then meanwhile, in July of 2023 and I think August of 2023, we saw the unemployment rate for black Americans drop to 5.1%. So there's an even lower level of unemployment for black Americans under Biden. The second point that I'll make here is although there was a lot of job creation prior to the pandemic under Trump, I don't know that we could attribute that to Trump, but rather I would attribute that to a continuation of macroeconomic trends set forth by Obama. And the third point that I'll make here is if you want to celebrate jobs under Donald Trump in his first term, well, then you have to condemn the fuck out of Donald Trump today, considering the fact that last year under Trump in 2025, we got the worst jobs report in 20 years ignoring recessions, only adding 181,000 jobs to the economy compared to 2.2 million under Biden the year prior.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, like as I said before, I'm more familiar with his first term stuff. His second term stuff, from what you're telling me, I personally probably wouldn't support that.
Let's go, dude. Awesome, bro. Thank you so much for coming up. I got an hour and a half to stream today. I'm so happy that we could speed run this shit and help you change your mind. Thanks for your time, bro. You have a good one, okay?
Thanks for chatting with me. I didn't even think I was gonna get up here. So, but
well, thanks for joining, dude. Thanks for joining. You take care. Speed run. Thank you so much, DB, for the motorcycle. I really appreciate you. Like I said, folks, for everybody tuning in, we are speed running the fuck out of the debates today. We only got 1 hour and 40 minutes before I got head off to my parents' house. So we are going to be running through these conversations as fast as possible. I absolutely love the fact that we were able to change his mind in like 5 minutes. That's fucking awesome. So That's actually really cool. Let's go to try to get that next guest connected. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Once again, for everybody who's tuning in, it's certainly good to see you all. Make sure that you were double tapping away on that phone screen and sharing out this live with a handful of friends. I really appreciate absolutely everybody so very much for being here. Welcome in, MAGA man. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hi, bro. How do you?
25.
Hi, bro. Can I get a quick W, Jenna, from you?
Yeah, W Jenna.
Yeah, bro, for real. Jenna, I do appreciate you so much for the $10 donation on Venmo. Jenna with a $10 with a Jenna with the $10 donation on Venmo.
Let's go,
says,
Jenna.
I'm feeling real patriotic today because of the 4th of July, Dean. Here's $10 because I love what you do. Let's go, Jenna! Show some love to Jenna. And then, of course, Lord T over on Super Chat as well. Thank you so much for the $20. Who says, quote of the day, will America be around for another 250 years? If yes, can America see hashtag America 500 in its current state? Or would there be radical changes that need to be enacted? America will only stick around for 500 years if we implement radical change. The average lifetime of a dynasty throughout human history is around 250 years. And if we don't get on track, then we probably won't be around for 500, or at least not in a state in which would be worthy of celebration. MAGA man, why don't you go and take it away and tell us why you support the worst president of your life, Mr. Rapist Donald J. Trump?
So I support Trump because we are Charlie Kirk.
All right, bro. Yeah, you fucking suck at singing. You're actually like low tier. Holy fucking shit. Go take some voice lessons. Listen, I know that Jenna sent me $10. If you actually want to put your Venmo in that comment section, I'll happily forward that $10 for you. Just so you could up to
Sacramento. You're loved in Sacramento. We love you so much.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Trias, as well, for the galaxy. What I was gonna say to that last guest is I'll happily send him that $10 donation that Jenna just sent me on Venmo, so he could help pay for some voice lessons. But I do appreciate you so much for that love to that last guest, MAGA. You're cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
All right, bro. How do you?
19.
Yeah, dude. Sounds good. Why do you support a sexual predator as president, please?
Because he's helping our economy.
Okay, name one macroeconomic indicator that's better off today than it was a year and a half ago. And I'll tell you what a macroeconomic indicator is. A macroeconomic indicator is a gauge of the general health of the economy at large. Examples would be GDP growth, real median wage growth, inflation, jobs, investment, so on and so forth.
Okay, hold on. You got me.
Cool, bro. It says that you're 16 in your bio, but I'm happy that you could admit that you're wrong. I'm not even lying when I say this. You as a 16-year-old seem to have more maturity than the average 40-year-old guest that joins my live stream. Keep that in mind, bro. You got to be at least 18 to join, though. I hope that you do consider the question that I asked you to demonstrate why you're wrong. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump, Jacob?
Look me in my fucking hunter eyes, Dean. Look me in my fucking...
Dude, go outside. Moving on to the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. I'm going to go to repeat this one more time, folks, for everybody who's joining so far today. I really appreciate you so much for being here. Unfortunately, because it's the 4th of July and I have some plans with my family later, we are not going to be live for very long in the slightest. Dana, thank you for the galaxy. We maybe have another hour and 20 minutes left on the stream, which does unfortunately mean today's stream is going to be significantly shorter than usual. Literally an hour and a half compared to 4 hours. We're cutting it more than in half. So if you want to watch some debates, guys, please don't troll today, because seriously, we don't have time for the trolls today because of how little, how short the live stream is going to be. Nick AF, do you support Trump?
Yeah, I just want to say happy 4th of July, Dean.
Hey, thanks, Nick. How old are you?
I'm 16, but...
All right, listen, dude. Listen, man. Nick, I want you to stay. I want you to, you're not on the live stream, but I want you to stay and I want you to listen to what I have to say, dude. Okay, it's really scary to see 16-year-old boys going down that America First route, listening to Fuentes and getting engaged in that alt-right nonsense. Okay, genuinely, I knew a lot of people that went that same route. I didn't go precisely that same route. I was definitely on the right, but not that far right. But just please know, bro, that what you believe is incorrect, and it sounds like you could definitely make a change for the better, and you should hear me out for what I have to say, because your political ideologies and beliefs are very, very terrible.
Sorry, I lost my voice because I would...
Hawk, do you support Trump? Okay, Hawk left. Hey, Anelia, thank you for the $5 donation on Venmo, who says, hey, Dean, you're one of my favorite creators, and thank you for teaching me how to stick up for to my Republican dad. Happy 4th of July in a liberal way. Oh, well, thank you. Hey, listen, Anelia, I appreciate you for the $5. I'm so happy that we could help you stand up to your MAGA dad. That's great. Hey, do you support Trump?
Well, that's not necessarily why I was wanting to debate you today. I was hoping I could debate you on abortions. If not, that's all right.
Do you think that abortion should be banned in circumstances of rape?
To an extent, yes, because there's a lot of people who do get raped that end up having beautiful children that also are some really successful people.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna have a quick conversation about that. I'm down. How old are you though?
I'm 2005, 21.
Okay, all right. Holy crap, dude. Okay, so why do you think it's wrong for a victim of rape to get an abortion?
Repeat that again.
Why do you think it's wrong for a victim of rape to get an abortion?
Because of the fact that it's still a human life. Just because something bad happened to you doesn't mean that it's just okay to take a fetus's life, and
Okay.
it's just not okay.
Okay, check this out. This is going to be a very easy softball question I'm going to give you here. Are you a human?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. If you needed my kidney to live, do you think that the government should be able to force me into providing you my kidney? Or should I be able to revoke access? Or should I be able to say, no, I'm not going to give you my kidney, even if that leads to your death?
How does that? Yeah. No.
Yeah, so I shouldn't be forced into providing my bodily resources to you to keep you alive, even though you're a valuable human being. Therefore, rape victims shouldn't be forced into providing their bodily resources to the fetus to keep the fetus alive, even though the fetus is a quote-unquote valuable, innocent human being.
Okay, I see where you're going with this, but see, the thing is that those are two opposite things. You're just comparing them, and it is still, my
Alright,
point
thanks for the
still
galaxy.
stands though, is that you could possibly take the life of a child or someone that's going to grow up to be an important aspect to society.
Yeah, dude, do you think that you could grow up to be an important aspect to society?
Could, yes.
But
Do
I still
think
shouldn't be
will?
forced into providing you my bodily resources to keep you alive, right? So there's no difference here.
See, you're comparing it.
Yeah, but I think that the comparison is sound. Could you please tell me the difference between these two scenarios? What's so different?
Well, one's asking for a kidney and one's literally taking a life.
Oh, you seem to be confused. No. In one scenario, I'm denying you access to my bodily resources, aka my kidney, causing your death. In the other scenario, a rape victim is denying the fetus access to their bodily resources, aka what is supplied through the progesterone from the placenta, the domicile inside of the uterus, in which then leads to the fetus's death. There's no difference between these two scenarios.
Okay, you win that debate, but I would also really respect it if
Cool, bro. Appreciate you. We're gonna go ahead and speedrun on to the next guest. Then only up inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. That's great. You know, we're really speedrunning today, everybody. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir. How are you doing, Dean?
I'm doing all right, Jaden. How old are you?
I am 19 years old.
Okay, thanks for being here. Freddie, thank you for the $10 on Super Chat. Who just says my name 4 times. Appreciate you for the love, Freddie. Show some love to Freddie down below. Who else do we got here? Let's see here. Over on PayPal, thank you so much, Amile, for the $5. Who says my partner's from America and you really help me keep up with everything that's happening politically. You're much appreciated. Well, thank you. And then Quinn Lon, thank you so much for the $10. Who says normally a VOD watcher watching live at work while I can. Absolutely love you and what you do, man. Well, thank you so much, Quinn. Let's get 100 Quinn W's in that chat. If you want to support me, if you want to support the stream, if you want to ask a question, get a message across, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in the bio on my TikTok account. Pin message over on that YouTube stream, as well as the handles at the top of the phone screen on TikTok too. It's just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E in my last name, Withers. Double check that spelling. Go ahead and take it away. Tell us how the hell you support a sexual predator's president, Mr. Jaden.
Okay, so first off, I do want to say I'm not 100% MAGA. I don't support any of the stuff with the like the banquets and everything like that, or the beauty pageants. Sorry. I do think Donald Trump is a horrible person, but the only reason I support him is because I'm a Republican, or more right-leaning than Republican.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
How about this? What values do you and Trump share that makes you support him as president?
Okay, so I'm a big gun rights guy. I do like gun rights. I've owned firearms, and I know you can debate that pretty easy. But I also support,
I just don't really think that
sorry.
that's. I don't think that that's actually a good reason to support the right in the slightest.
Yeah, no,
I can explain to you
correct.
why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And
Have you ever been to Colorado before?
I have not, no, sir.
We're a blue state. Okay, in this blue state,
Yeah.
you could buy fully automatic weapons produced before the 70s. In this blue state, you could go down to a fucking shop and buy suppressors. You just have to wait 21 days to get them because of ATF approval. In this blue state, you could buy PDWs. In this blue state, like you have access to a lot of different firearms. And the point is that I actually don't even think that the left is hard enough on gun control. But what the left does advocate for in the sense of gun control would be common sense gun reform reforms, such as universal background checks in all 50 states, and other tried, tested, and proven means to reduce gun violence within the country, which is something that we absolutely need, considering the fact that we're averaging over one mass shooting per day in America. The second claim that I'll make right here is I think that Donald Trump actually is a threat to the Second Amendment. Okay, he called for his DOJ to try to find any and all ways to ban any and all gun ownership for all law-abiding trans American citizens. That is patently unconstitutional. The NRA said that was a threat to the Second Amendment. He said that Alex Preddy's death, that guy who was shot and killed by ICE in Minneapolis, was justified because Alex Preddy was carrying a gun. The NRA also condemned that and said that that was a violation of the Second, Fourth, and 14th Amendment. Not to mention, in his first term, he said, well, we should take people's guns first and then give them due process second. For these reasons, I would definitely say not only is Donald Trump a threat to the Second Amendment, but the left is actually where we should be with the Second Amendment and pushing for more progressive gun policy.
Okay, yeah, I agree partially. Obviously, I'm not an absolutist for the Second Amendment, but I do think it's important that we have rifles for home protection, hunting. I fish personally, so I carry a firearm with me whenever I go fishing because we have very venomous snakes in my area. I've seen an alligator or two, but other than that, I do want to say, Dean, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm at work. I'm not very prepared to debate you. I respect everything you do, and I apologize for wasting your time, man. You have a great day.
You're going to drop? Okay. Well, on your way out, consider this. Nobody wants to ban, like the ranch rifles, bolt action, or your 12 gauge, or even like your home defense, a 9mm. We're just more so going after like high capacity magazines for ARs. We're going for universal background checks and a full and complete ban on grandfather laws surrounding fully automatic guns. So keep that in mind. I appreciate you for coming up. You said that you got a drop, so that's fine, but please do consider what I said. Listen, man, I also do understand the importance of firearms for home defense. Okay. In many scenarios, like I am a gun owner myself and I will continue to be a gun owner. I've been swatted. I've had people call me and say that they're going to show up to my house and break into it. I've been fucked over in about a billion directions. I worry for the safety of me and my family all the time. And for that reason, I'm absolutely a gun owner. So I understand why there needs to be some, allowance on the legalization of guns. But guess what? The left doesn't want to take all your guns away. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I mean, I'm not a crazy supporter of him, but I think I definitely support him over the other party.
Sure, yeah. How old are you?
Kamala Harris. I'm 24.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. So why do you think the country would be worse off today if Harris had won the election?
Well, honestly, because Harris supports the Canada's gun rights, which honestly is kind of crazy to me because...
So what guns were you going to lose if she was elected?
Well, for starters, the CX-15, which is a 9mm and really has no difference than a Glock. So
the CX-15, what?
Beretta. I think it's CX-15.
Dude, no, what the hell? Dude, no, okay, you're absolutely incorrect. No, she was not going to ban your Beretta.
No, yeah, she was.
Okay, and point me towards one policy that she ran on where she said that she wanted to ban the use of handguns.
She supports the banning of, or the...
You're not going to be able to find a single source for that, by the way. She specifically, during her debate with Donald Trump, said, not if they're banning handguns. Because specifically at the debate that she had with Trump, she said that she owns a Glock. She's not going to ban handguns. Like, that's ridiculous. The notion of banning handguns is something that will likely never happen in this country. And it's definitely not a policy that she ran on. Listen, here's what I'd say, dude.
That's what Canada said.
It seems like you need to create fake policy that Kamala Harris never ran on and then say that Kamala Harris did run on it in order to justify that she would have been a bad president today. And that is not
what the left does?
No, that's not what the left does at all. That's what you're doing, and you're on the right.
Left does the same thing about Trump.
Could you give me an example?
For example, his felony was, he's the only person who has ever been convicted of that. Do you know what his felony was? His felony was he paid his lawyer and said that he paid his lawyer for something else. Like, for example, I don't remember exactly what the wording was, but pretty much...
Falsification of business records in the first degree.
Yeah, exactly.
So he made the claim that he's the only person that's ever been convicted of that in New York. Could you please give evidence for that claim?
As a felony, yes.
Yeah, sure.
There's
give
been
evidence for that claim.
misdemeanors, but never a felony.
Okay, give evidence for that claim.
Give evidence that he did or is not the only person. You're the one that
you're shifting the burden of proof. You're the one that made the positive claim that he is indeed the only individual who's ever been found guilty for this crime in the state of New York. And then I'm asking you for evidence to support your claim. You can't just mirror that back onto me.
Okay, yeah, sure, I will. go ahead on Gemini or ChatGPT, whatever large language model search engine that you use, and search up if there's ever been a single person that has been convicted of that, and tell me. Because I can tell you right now that I did that, and there is not. There's been misdemeanors, but never felonies.
Okay.
So if you
the first point that I'll make,
creating...
here is that LLMs, okay, are not used to gauge accurate responses to the questions or statements made. They're just used to predict what the most human-like response would be to the question asked. Like, for instance, ChatGPT doesn't even know how many R's there are in the word strawberry. Second of all, AI is also not a source. Now, AI could give you sources, but it's in of itself not a source. And then third of all, that's still yet a request from you to have me do your research for you. You're not doing that research yourself. You need to do that research yourself.
Actually, I did.
Fifth of all, even if he was the only person ever found guilty of this felony, it doesn't mean that he's innocent of the felony.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that, first of all, I'm an engineer. I worked on large language models. And what they do is they create a pile. Pretty much, it's the same thing as Google. What it does is it searches Google and finds every sort of large sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the word is for it. It takes all the different paths. So like say it searches up Apple and it says, okay, well, 5 sources say that Apple starts with the letter A, and then one says it starts with the letter B. So we're going to give you the answer that Apple starts with the letter A. And that's just like a very simplistic way of explaining how it works. But
you want to see some fucking crazy shit? Listen, bro, while you were yapping about LLMs, look at what I found. This is from law.com. This is so funny. So New York State has issued nearly 9,800 felony charges of falsifying business records since 2015. Data shows 9,800 cases involving state penal law 175.10 or falsifying business records in the first degree have both been arraigned in both local and superior New York State courts since 2015.
Where is that?
Law.com.
Very, 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 what's the word? Trustworthy source. Law.com.
So you just think that they're lying?
Yeah, I honestly do. I think that they can. That was written by who did say at the top? Emily Saul. Who knows that Emily Saul is fucking telling the truth?
Because the claim is that data shows the 1900
data.
cases
And where did they get that
involving
data?
state penal law.
Where did they get that data?
From state records. Keep in mind, you're the one that made the claim. I'm now giving you evidence to dispute the claim, and then you're saying the evidence is wrong. Where's your evidence otherwise?
Is there a way to share my screen? Because I can show evidence.
Just give me the source.
Sorry.
Holy fucking shit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, waiting for the source, bro.
Sorry, I'm keep swiping out of the app to try and pull up my notes.
Waiting for the source.
5 seconds.
Guys, if you have evidence that he's under the age of 18, feel free to provide that evidence. I don't think that you do, though. You're just kind of saying shit, low-key.
Okay, so.
Hey, over on Super Chat, thank you so much, Calm Down B-Cups, for the $10, who says, Dean, thank you for everything that you do. You've created such a loving and kind community. It's nice to finally find my people after 35 years. Fuck Trump and fight on, everybody. Well, B-Cups, thank you so much for the love and support.
According to NBC New York, 2 people have been convicted of it. So your record right there is wrong.
Sure, what's the name of the NBC article? By the way, we can't hear you when you leave the app.
I-Team falsification.
We can't hear you when you leave the app. When you can't see me, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Falsification of business records by I-Team.
By item? Do you mean I-Team or item?
It's NBC. I-Team falsification of business records.
Bro, when you can't see me, we can't hear you. How many times do I need to repeat that?
All right. Sorry, I just screenshot on a different phone. I team falsification of business records, rarely the top.
Yeah, you're
sign
such a fucking liar. I just found your source. You were legitimately such a fuking liar. So the law.com source that I gave you said that since 2015 in the state of New York, 9,800 people have been charged with this crime. But then your source from NBC that you said states only that 2 people have ever been found guilty of this crime in the state of New York. In fact, it says last year in Manhattan, one specific location in the state of New York in one specific year, not in the 11 years since 2015 when the law was introduced. Only 2 people were arrested in cases where falsifying business records was
Arrested,
the most
not
serious.
charged,
One moment.
arrested.
Where was the most serious charge? Okay, so the first issue that you have is this doesn't evaluate the cases since this law was introduced in 2015, only in 1 year. This doesn't evaluate the cases in the entirety of the state of New York, just one city. And this doesn't evaluate cases in all scenarios that somebody was charged with a crime, just in the scenarios where that was the most serious charge, meaning that in other scenarios, when there was a charge that was more serious than specifically falsifying business records, then it's not counted in this number. Yeah, he fucking left. G fucking G's, dude. GG's. Back to the speed run. Back to the speed run. Back to the speed run. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. You guys in the chat are saying, Dean, his birthday's in his username, 6109. He's born 16/09. He's underage. Folks, I'm sorry, chat, but I'm going to politely have to disagree with the audience at this moment in time. I don't think that we could look at a series of 4 numbers in a person's name, 6109, and then take that to mean that they must have been born on January 6th of 2009. I'm going to have to disagree with you guys here. I mean, you know, I'm going to have to debate the chat here. Let's go to get that next guest connected, though. I do appreciate y'all for being here. Yeah, Dean versus 20,000. Well, how's that first round of video? Yo, Melody Mod, thank you so much for the $5 who says, hey, you got your live access back. I hope you and your family have a fun and safe holiday. Well, thanks, Melody. Is that like, I'm pretty sure that's like Melody. If so, thank you for the $5. Thank you for all the work that you help us do in that Discord. And I hope that you have a good day as well. Appreciate you, Melody. Let's go to get the next guest connected only up inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Let's go to get the next guest connected right now. I'm dying, bro. Holy Matthew, thank you for the $10. He says happy 250th. Well, happy 250th, Matthew. Thank you for the $10. Jalea and Leo, I appreciate you both for the $5. And Rip and Eliza, thank you guys for the $5 and the $2. Oh, guys, dude, last night I was watching the craziest live stream of my life, and I had to share it with you guys. So there's this guy named Rob, and he was running a TikTok live stream where he was pred catching on like Snapchat. I mean, I'm sure that you've seen that before, but he ended up catching this pred. He got him on a video call, and then he got him to tell him his address. He got him to admit to everything that he was doing with minors. And then he got him to call his girlfriend and admit that he was doing with minors. And then he got him to call his local police station, admit to the crime. And then on the live stream, he was like, like the camera stayed on while the cops then came to his house and fucking arrested him. Well, I guess they didn't arrest him, but you know, close to that. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. His name was like Rob the Master. It was genuinely, I was in the grocery store with this live stream on, holding it up to my ear because I just couldn't turn it off. It was the craziest pred catch I've literally ever seen in my life. Then I joined his Discord, and nobody thought that I was really me. They're all like, dude, why are you LARPing as Dean Withers, bro? It was really unfortunate. Riley, do you support Trump?
I do.
Age, please?
I'm 19.
I'm sorry, I don't believe you. We're going to go to put those rules back up in the middle of the phone screen, folks. If you do want to support me, if you do want to support the stream, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message over on YouTube, as well as the handle is at the top of the phone screen on TikTok too. It's just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E in the last name Withers. Just make sure that you quadruple check that spelling. Because there are a bunch of fake scamming accounts out there. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA, please and thank you, folks. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA, please and thank you, folks. We got Dami loading up. Here we go. All right, Domi's not connecting. Guys, let me know. If you have any plans for the day, you should share them down below. What are you guys doing for 250? Doing nothing? Hanging out with family? I'd assume that that's probably like the consensus, is that there's probably a bunch of people in here that are spending some time with family. That's what I'm doing. Hey, welcome in, Lottie. Do you support Trump? Lottie? Nope, Lottie left. That's fine. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only opposite side of the queue. If you do happen to be MAGA, I'd really appreciate y'all so much. If you could please follow the rules of the live stream. I'd really appreciate y'all so very much if you could please follow the rules of the live stream. Let's go to get the next guest big man connected. Here we go. Hey, thank you for the $5 cabin man who says, I manage a bar at DC. I will deny entry to anyone wearing that white supremacist uniform. Yeah, as you fucking should. Base, dude. Deny them entry, then spit on them. Don't actually do that. You'll get arrested for that. That's misdemeanor harassment. I know that because someone did it to me.
And I didn't join.
Shane McDougal. Ava, do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Ava, if you're trolling, can you just be honest? We only have around an hour and a half.
I'm not trolling. Trust. I need you to speak with somebody.
Okay, put him on. Oh, no, Ava just left. That's fine. Let's go to get the next guest connected. I don't know why she left. Yeah, guys, please don't troll today. We have very limited time to be live. We literally have maybe an hour left on the stream, and we've only been live for 30 minutes so far. So the live stream today is definitely limited. JS Han. Oh, they're not here. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Right now, guys. Only opposite side of the queue if you're here to debate. Isabella, thank you for the $5. Who says, hey, Dean, appreciate you so much. Well, hell yeah, Isabella, thank you. Dakota, thank you for the $5. Who says, shout out to Chloe. Jennifer, thank you for the $10. Who says, love you, Dean. I think that the Trump thing is dying out. We're at a parade celebrating here in Bend, Oregon, and not one red trumpet hat. They're embarrassed. Yeah, we love that. We love how embarrassed they are. Thank you for the $10, Jennifer. Hey, welcome in, Autumn. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay, what year were you born in?
2005.
All right, I have a couple more people to thank, and the mic is yours. Katie, thank you so much for the $10 donation of ML. Let's get 100 KDWs down below. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. As well as Emma. Thank you for the $10 as well. He says, happy 4th of July from Alberta, Canada. Your lives genuinely bring me a lot of joy. It could be hard it could feel hard, there we go, to have a voice where I live. So seeing what you stand up for and what you believe in means a lot. Ignore the trolls. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words and the $10, Emma. That is beyond kind of you. And same thing to you, Johnny. Thank you for the $17. Who says, me and my wife, Cora Jade, watch your streams together every day and we love what you're doing. Well, shout out to you and Cora Jade, Johnny and Cora. I appreciate you guys so much and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the live stream. Laura, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate you. Kylie, thank you for the $5. Catherine and Azora, thank you guys for the $5. And with all that being said, we're caught up. Go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump.
Well, I think Trump is like honestly one of the best leaders we've ever had.
All right, bro, are you
For
LARPing?
America.
Are you LARPing as like a brain dead moron?
No, like I genuinely think he's like a very strong leader.
Like, would you
And
say
I
a
think that's
strong
what
alpha
we need.
male?
He is.
Okay. Would you also agree that like Charlie Kirk is a strong alpha male?
Yes.
Okay, do you think that you could quickly hit? We need strong alpha males like Donald J. Trump and our beloved Charlie Kirk. Could you hit one of those for me real quick?
Well, no, because I'm not gonna copy her, but she was right.
Yeah, bro. Why do you think that Trump's a good leader, dude?
Well, I mean, like, just the way like he speaks and like honestly, like people like the stuff that he posts, like he doesn't care if people think it's like bad. Like he just does what he thinks, and so like.
Yeah, you know who else does that? Degenerate Nazis on Twitter. They also do. Just kind of post whatever they want and they don't really care what people think.
Yeah, but I just think
So would
that's
you argue that
different.
like degenerate Nazis on Twitter are also strong alpha men?
No.
Oh, okay. So just kind of posting whatever you want and not caring what people think definitely doesn't make you a strong alpha male.
Well, like,
in fact, I would argue that the
posted-
president should probably care what people think about what he posts because he's supposed to be a representative of we the people. See, there's a fundamental misunderstanding that I think you and many other Trump supporters have where you think that the president not caring what Americans think is good. No. In our country, our president is supposed to represent the interests of the Americans. What are the interests of the Americans? That would be what the Americans think.
I mean, I think he fulfills all that though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Then tell me one macroeconomic indicator that's better off today than it was 12 months ago, or I guess a year and a half ago under Biden.
Jobs.
Yeah, bro. You're wrong.
Okay, I'm just joking. I love you. You can kick me.
All right. Well, quickly before you leave, you took around 10 minutes of our time. Today's stream, because of 4th of July plans, is only 1 hour and 30 minutes, meaning that you just took up around 1/7 of the live stream. You just took up 1/7 of the live stream. I want you to keep that in mind. All right, guys. Please, actually, follow the rules, or else we just won't get anything out of today's stream. We won't get anything out of today's stream. We won't get anything today out of today's stream. Hey, do you support Trump?
Oh, I got it! I got it! Hi, Dean!
Hey, are you a Trump supporter, Molly?
No, I just wanted to talk to you.
Okay, you have a happy 4th of July, Molly. You take care now. Triana, Triana. Thank you so much for the $20 donation on Venmo. I appreciate you so very much, Triana. Let's get 200 Triana W's. That is beyond kind of you. Triana with the 20 says, happy 4th of July, but being an immigrant makes America great, liberty and justice for all, healthcare for all, fuck eyes, tax are rich, and love is love kind of way. I wish I could be proud of this country, but our work isn't done. Well, listen, Triana, let me tell you what I'm celebrating today and what I'm proud about. I'm proud about what I know our country has the potential to become. I'm proud about the Americans across this country that want our country to be better. I'm proud about all of you guys, okay, who care about critical thought, who care about our government, and who is governing and running the country in which we live under, and wants better outcomes for the entirety of not just the country, but humanity as a whole. You know, that's what I'm celebrating today. That's what I feel patriotic in. Lottie, do you support Trump?
No, but I just want to say...
Jaden, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Yikes, bro. It's pretty bad, dude.
We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flag.
You actually learned the chords, too. Madeline, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Says, hey, Dean, it's me again. You're pretty cool. I just want to say hi, happy 4th. Happy 4th, Madeline. Thank you so much for the $20. Let's get 200 Madeline W's in that chat. Age, please.
25.
Do you support Trump?
No. I meant yes, sorry.
Oh. I don't believe you. Lindsay with the $17.76 says, here's to hoping that the next 4th of July, we are in a better place. Absolutely roasted someone in the comment section with info from you is glorious, LOL. I love that, Lindsay. That is awesome. No, listen, I can't wait for 2028. I saw that Jack Smith was back in the news again. Did anybody else see that? Love Jack Smith. He's an American hero. He should be the Attorney General for sure. Omar, thank you for the $10 donation of Emma. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And Jocelyn, thank you for the $25. Who says, hey, Dean, happy 4th. I hope you and your family are staying safe from the fires. Fucking... I
support Trump.
Barely, dude. We're barely staying safe from the fires, man. My dad's house is like a couple miles away from a big one. So that's pretty scary. But so far, they're good. Plus, they've been prepping for fires for like the last year and a half. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA, everybody. Low-key Micah, appreciate you so much for the galaxy. Oh, guys, somebody's back from yesterday. Folks, somebody's back from yesterday, everyone. Somebody's back from yesterday. All right, bro. I'm going to throw this whiteboard up on screen. It's going to make sense momentarily, everybody. It's going to make sense momentarily. You just have to trust the process. If you weren't here yesterday, you have no clue what's going on, and that's fine. I'll catch you up to speed here in a moment. TPA, we're going to pick up exactly where we left off yesterday. All right, TPA? Played you that clip of Donald Trump admitting to barging into dressing rooms of naked beauty pageant contestants. TPA says Trump didn't do it. Then I asked TPA on what his argument is. And then he yapped about trans people, Kamala Harris, and the border for an hour because he couldn't come up with a counter argument against the suggestion that this is something Trump has done. So then I pulled out the whiteboard on his ass. I asked him to clearly specify the reasons why he rejects the fact that Donald Trump barged into the dressing rooms of naked beauty pageant contestants. And that's where he started crashing out. He said Trump never said dressing rooms. And then he said racist Santana and Princess Parker. Then he said everybody listening, it doesn't need to be this way. Then he said Jesus is king, and then he left. So we're going to go ahead and start from the top, bro. I want you to tell us the reasons why you reject the claim that Donald Trump admitted to barging into beauty pageants' dressing rooms to look at them naked. Specify the reasons as clear as day, bro.
Well, first off, happy 4th of July to you, my friend, and God bless America, and happy 4th of July to everybody listening. 250 years of freedom, love, equality, and all that is pure in this world. So God bless America and God bless you all. Second,
if only that
you
were
did
true.
say, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said if only that were true.
How is that not true?
You said 250 years of freedom. Okay, that's not true. 250 years ago, the only people that could vote were rich white men that owned property. Women were subjugated to housemaids, and black people were subjugated to slavery. Like, let's be real, it wasn't freedom.
But we did the most beautiful thing that you can do in a situation like that, and that is to end slavery and then pass legislation and law.
When did we end slavery? What year?
What year was the emancipation, or whatever it was that ended slavery? You tell me, smarty pants. Are you denying that we ended slavery? Wait. Are you denying that we ended slavery?
No, I'm just asking you when we ended chattel slavery in America. Like what year?
Okay, I'm asking you. You seem like you know. What was the exact year?
I do know, but I asked you the question.
Okay, I don't remember the exact year. What year was it?
1865. Was that 250 years ago?
But the point is that America 250 years ago was created, and then throughout America's history, we did something beautiful and noble, and that was end racism
but
and
clearly,
slavery.
like,
Which
this
is
country
why,
hasn't been
Dean,
free
why are
for
you
250 years, right?
So Dean, real quick, this is why I don't want to debate you on this platform. You're already cutting me off, and I figured because yesterday we had such a great convo, I was like, you know what? Because that went so good, and this young man's really maturing because I'm having an effect on him. I was like, let me give it another try. Which brings me to my next point. I'll gladly debate you on the dressing room stuff in your own live. But I also wanted to, after that, if it's cool, I want to prove you wrong on all of the gun stuff you were just talking about with the previous guests as well. You said a lot of lies throughout this live.
Listen, I'll just be honest. Probably don't have enough time. I'm only live for like
appreciate your honesty.
I'm only live for like an hour and a half today compared to 4 hours because I have some family plans later. Any other day?
Well, the dressing rooms is going to take 3 seconds for me to prove you wrong, as I've done a million times.
Well, if we have enough time, I'm down.
Here's my stipulation to debate
the
you
whiteboard.
here. Here's my rule. I'll debate you here. If you can tell me, like, an actual logical reason why you won't go to my live right now.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Me and drop me.
Yeah, that's
why
fine.
not?
That's a fair stipulation. I can answer to that stipulation.
Okay, because before you answer that, because again, as soon as you drop me, I'm going to go live and change your fans' minds, as I do.
Oh, already muted for the self-promo. He's up here for clout. Chat, should we just drop him?
Okay, well, run away then. That shows like you're afraid of me.
Okay, no, I think that what it shows is that you're not really here for debate because you know that you'll lose, so instead you just want to reap some clout off of it, which is why you want to self-promo.
Well, no. I just want to actually... you want to hear something that you're going to actually like?
If you mention your live stream again, I'm just going to kick you, bro. Do you want to give the reasons why you think that Donald Trump did not admit to barging into a dressing room?
You said you would answer my question as to why you won't debate me in my own live. That's all I want to know. I want to know the...
Sure.
Hey, MJ. Oh, sorry, my cat's attacking the other cat. So yeah, just
thank you for the fireworks.
I'm not trying to self-promo or anything like that. And I actually really...
I'm going to answer the question. If you mention your live stream again after I answer the question, I'm going to drop you. It's because I don't want to give some idiot some clout. Now let's go back to the dressing rooms topic. The floor and the mic are yours. I'm going to open up a whiteboard. I want you to articulate all the very clear and succinct reasons why you think it's not the case that Donald Trump admitted to barging into a dressing room to look at the naked bodies of beauty pageant contestants on Howard Stern's radio show in 2005. I'm going to write down your reasons. Please make them as clear as possible.
Okay, well, your reasoning to not want to debate me in my own live where you won't mute me like you just did 17 times isn't logical. You said you don't want to give me clout. But whether I'm in here or in my live,
all right, bro, you mentioned you're live again, so then you're dropped. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Only opposite side of the box if you happen to be MAGA. I've started to notice a lot of Trump supporters doing that recently. It's like they know that they can't beat me in a debate. They know that they're going to come up here and get humbled, but they still want to be able to try to find a way to like reap some benefit off of the conversation that they have with me. So then just like the benefit that they reap is talking about their live stream. and they try to frame it in the sense like where if I don't give them clout, if I don't bring 20,000 people to their live stream, if I don't join their platform when they have like literally 700 followers, then I'm running from them. You have to remember that there's levels to this shit, dude. You know? There's levels to this shit, little bro. I'm not gonna join your live stream for the same reason that Ben Shapiro hasn't invited you on the Daily Wire. No one fucking knows who you are, dude. Welcome in, Theo. Do you support Trump?
No. I want to know your opinion.
I do appreciate you so much for coming up. We are just specifically looking for American adults that support Donald J. Trump as president. Let's go to get the next guest connected. I will say, though, it's actually not a terrible strategy from them. Because if they could, like, frame it in the sense where if I don't join their live, then I'm running for them. Like, they know that that's going to, like, increase the likelihood that I do join their live. Okay? Because if they could convince me that otherwise I'd be running from them, then I probably would. So it's not a bad perspective to argue from their position to get more clout. I'd probably do the same thing if I was him, not gonna lie. It's just so pathetic. So I'd probably do the same thing if I was super pathetic. Thomas, thank you for the $20 on Super Chat, who says, didn't this guy say he would never come up again? Yeah, bro, but then his views started to go low. His views started to get really, really low. And he said, I need to go, ask for more clout from Father Withers. I need to go beg for some more viewers from Dean Withers' stream. That's what he said. That's why he's back. I'm not even joking either. That's exactly why he's back. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Guys, take a look at the rules in the middle of the phone screen, and I'd really appreciate it so much if you guys could please follow those rules if you want to join. Alrighty, guys. Alrighty. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. I would really appreciate it very, very much if you guys could do your very best to follow those rules. Daniel, thank you so much for the $40 donation on PayPal. Thank you so much for that love and support, Daniel. That is very fucking kind of you. Let's get 400 Daniel W's down below in the comment section. Thank you. Holy cow. Daniel with a $40 says, Mr. Dean, I finally get to catch a live. I'm liking these speed runs. CDL driver rushing home. Have an awesome 4th, bro. Appreciate you. I appreciate you, Daniel. Have an awesome 4th yourself, brother. Appreciate all that you do as a CDL driver. Seriously, you guys keep the country running. And thank you so much for the $40. Please do show some love to Daniel down below. Clayton, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate you. Clayton just shit on TPA. That's great. Fasi, thank you for the $5. Edgar, thank you so much for the $5. And Nathan, thank you for the $30, who says, hey, Dean, I wish I had your patience to debate MAGA every day. Love you, man. Love you, too. Listen, it's not something that I just innately have. It's something that I had to build. I had to work for the patience that I have. Thank you for the $31. Eli, do you support Trump?
Hello. Yes, I do.
I'm in the
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year are you born in?
2008.
What month?
February 11th.
Okay, sounds good. I have a couple people to thank. Then the mic and the floor are yours, okay?
Yes, sir.
Miss Alexis, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. He says, happy 4th. Have a safe time with family. I appreciate you, Alexis. Thank you. Noam, thank you for the $5. And Bogdan, thank you so much for the $4. As well as Mary, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo, who says, hey, this is the coolest Mimi. I know you, Mary. Dude, you are one of my favorite people ever. Happy 4th to you, your girlfriend, Momo, and family. You don't have to read this. Wow, thank you, Mary. Let's get 200 Mary W's down below. Mary is the stream's official grandma. She's been watching for a very long time, and we love her to death. I love her to death. Same thing to you, Omar. Thank you so much for the $10. She says, before I started watching her streams, I didn't support because I thought that he was just racist because in school I heard of his border, but I didn't know anything else. But watching your streams, I heard the tape and the economic stuff and just a bunch of the other stuff he does. So yeah, thanks. I'm happy that we could educate you, Omar. Then same thing to you, Hayden. Thank you so much for the $10, and I'm so happy that live streams have been able to help inspire you. That is great. And then with all that being said, go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump.
The main reason I support him is because as an American, I don't feel like it should be right for you to be able to come to the country illegally.
So you think that we should deport all undocumented immigrants?
If they are illegal immigrants.
How does that make our country better?
First of all, because we have own problems. We have our own problems with our own people.
Do you think that undocumented immigrants make those problems better or worse?
It depends on who it is, because a lot of the times it can make it worse because it's taking jobs from a fellow Americans that want to work.
I reject that claim. I think that undocumented immigrants create jobs. My evidence for this is since Donald Trump has started to deport the most undocumented immigrants ever deported in any given fiscal year, 1.3 million last year, there hasn't been more jobs for Americans. There's only been less. The unemployment rate for citizens has only gone up. The layoff rates for citizens has only gone up. And the jobs reports have only gone down. We had a 2.2 mil jobs in 2024 under Biden, and we only had 180,000 under Trump in 2025. If your hypothesis was true, that undocumented immigrants were taking jobs that citizens would rather have, well, then you would expect after deporting a shit ton of them, that then there would be a lower unemployment rate among citizens. But that claim is false.
But what about the crime rate that has went down with that?
Crime rate actually goes up with mass deportation because undocumented immigrants are 2.5 times less likely to commit violent crimes. When you deport them from the country on paper, you will just have a higher crime rate with no material change because everybody that is left in this country will have a higher average propensity to commit crimes. Now, the reason why crime rates have continually gone down is because of a trend set forth under Biden. In 2024, murders went down by 15%. In 2023, they went down by 12%. So you're wrong about crime rates too.
But actually, when Biden first came in and he opened the borders within the first few months, the murder rate went up 31 point something percent.
That had nothing to do with the borders. In fact, there was pretty low crossings at the start of Biden's administration because Title 42 is still in effect, completely stopping crossing. That was just because of the pandemic and the fact that we had the highest unemployment rate in 100 years. And when people are not doing well economically, more people commit more crimes. That's why reducing poverty reduces crime. And of course, we had more poverty with the pandemic.
Yeah, I would hope so. Nobody can go outside. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, so that's what led to an increase in crimes at the start of Biden's administration. Nothing to do with the border.
So the reason the crimes and murders was happening because nobody could go to work?
Yeah, a lot of people are in poverty. The worse people are doing economically speaking, the worse people are doing economically speaking, the more crimes occur. Yes.
Oh, all right. That's it. Thank you for telling me that, though.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yes, sir, it does.
Yeah.
Now, can I say one more thing, Dean?
Well, yeah, after you tell us why you're going to LARP as if you care about violent crime, but then turn around and make a violent criminal president.
No, what I'm going to tell you is actually thank you for opening my eyes. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, hey, cool, dude. I appreciate you for coming up.
I do appreciate you for everything you do.
Yeah, were we able to change your mind?
Actually, for the majority part, yes, you were.
Awesome, Eli. Thanks for your time, dude. You take care.
Have a fantastic day, man.
Yeah, you too. Wow, guys, we've been live for an hour, and we've changed 4 minds. This is actually fantastic. Just know whenever you see people on the internet saying that these live streams are ineffective and there's nothing that's actually being done here except for Dean grifters grifting and taking all of your money and by begging for donations, just know that they're wrong, dude. 4 minds today in 1 hour. That's actually impressive. Hey, also, I want to give a quick shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys for not trolling me as much. Genuinely, I do. I think that's awesome. That's a really positive step in a good direction. Adam, do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, dude?
21.
What year are you born in?
04.
Okay, and what time is it?
It's gonna be 2 p.m. in Florida.
No.
You're a liar,
Yes,
quite
it is.
frankly. Nope, you're a liar.
I
Big
mean, it's
liar.
2 p.m. in Florida right now. You can fact check it.
You said it's gonna be 2 p.m., but it's 2:43 in Florida right now.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. 2 p.m. in Florida, but like everybody knows that it's 44. Like,
Okay, yeah, and what's the capital of Florida, dude?
Tallahassee. I can't pronounce it. I promise you.
That makes me think that that you've maybe seen that word spelled before, but you've never heard it said out loud.
No, Tallahassee is like how the others pronounce it, but I can't pronounce it for the love of my life. I promise you.
No worries. What's one state that borders Florida?
So to the north, that's gonna be Georgia, I think.
Okay, I'll believe you. Why do you support Trump?
No, listen, my mother, she's Swedish. Like, I promise you.
Okay, I'll believe you. Why do you support Trump?
First of all, he's a Christian, right? And I'm a Christian myself, so like, that may be like a horrible argument, maybe. But like, the thing is, when we have such a good Christian representation, that makes me happy, right? And the second argument is gonna be, so immigrants are ruining this country. The immigrants are ruining the country, and Trump, with the help of ICE, is gonna, remove them.
Hey, listen, bro. Here's my counter argument against mass deportation. We shouldn't deport undocumented immigrants because we should treat them identically to natural U.S.-born citizens. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I disagree. Oh my God.
Would you go ahead and read this Bible verse? out loud
But that's
for the
gonna
class?
be Leviticus. That's gonna be Leviticus.
Yeah. Would you read it out loud for the class, please?
That's gonna be the Old Testament, though.
Yeah,
Show me
and you
show me
still
a verse-
follow
wait.
you still follow moral law from the Old Testament, such as the Ten Commandments. So go ahead and read
Alright.
this out loud for us,
So
please.
when a foreigner resides among you in your land, can you like hover it a bit? No, to the left. More. Do not mistreat them. 34. The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself, for you were a foreigner in Egypt. I am the Lord your God. I mean, yes, but the thing is, it was a different time, right? It was a different time. Also, that may be an out of context.
So you don't
verse.
follow the moral law from the Old Testament?
I do, but the problem is, right?
That's
immigrants
moral law.
nowadays. They ruin the country and everything. Come on.
Were you born in America?
No, but listen. I'm Swedish, right? The Mexicans. That's a difference. That's a difference.
Yeah,
That's a
bro, you're trying to cover up your racism with just saying that immigration's bad, but then you're a fucking immigrant. Let me
But
get
the
this straight.
thing
It's
is,
just
right?
it's
The
just
thing
the
is,
brown
right?
immigrants, right? Like the white immigrants, like you're good, but it's like the brown immigrants that are the issue, right?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
like
dude,
that's what I
so-
believe.
yeah,
but now
okay.
white or brown, I'm not racist though.
Well, you just kind of okay. So I don't think it's compatible to say that it's the brown immigrants who are the problem, not the white immigrants. But I'm not racist. That's kind of like saying
that's what
that
statistics say.
that 2 + 2 is 5. But I'm a mathematical genius. Also, you said that's what statistics say. Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Did you know that the average U.S. born citizen is 2.5 times more likely to commit a violent crime than the average undocumented immigrant?
But the thing is, right?
Oh, you mean those
this
statistics that
US
absolutely
citizen
prove
is
you
gonna
fucking
be-
wrong?
No, I'm not trying to be racist or anything. Are they not usually melanated?
You mean black?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you think that like black people account for 55% of crime?
Yeah. How can they be a minority of the population but commit 55% of the crime?
Yeah. Did you know that that claim is just completely false?
Can you please disprove it?
Yeah, sure. They do account for 55% of arrests, but considering the fact that they also account for 85% of the exonerations in our criminal justice system, while representing 14% of our population, they don't account for 55% of convictions. Also, another thing that I like to bring up is just the over-policing of predominantly black and brown neighborhoods. And the third thing I'd like to bring up is the racial biases in which are innate to many of the LEOs that serve in this country. This was proven by the Veil of Darkness study from Stanford. During the day when the sun's out, when a cop can see the race of a person driving a vehicle, black people are around 2 to 3 times more likely than white people to get pulled over and have their vehicle searched. Meanwhile, during the night, when the sun's gone down and cops can't clearly see the race of the person driving the vehicle, that discrepancy completely goes away.
I mean,
also, I have a question. The violent criminal that raped a woman, boasted about sexually exploiting naked women and girls, as mentioned in the Epstein files over 1 million times, was credibly accused by a minor, has 40+ accusations from other women and girls, including his ex-wife who said that he raped her in their divorce proceedings, aka the president, aka Trump. Is he black or white?
White.
Yeah.
But wait, Donald Trump did not rape anybody.
Oh, well, now you completely just forget and forgo the outcomes of courts. Well, see, the thing is you can't do that. You were just arguing that because black people account for 55% of arrests, that therefore this must mean that black people account for 55% of all crimes committed in this country. So it's funny that you'll argue that an arrest is an equivalent to a conviction of guilt for a crime. However, specifically, jury verdict form that shows Donald Trump was held civilly liable for sexually abusing Miss Carroll or raping Miss Carroll by penetrating her vagina with his fingers doesn't.
Wait. But yeah, fuck no. I guess not.
You guess not what?
I mean, but so he
do you
actually,
doubt the yeah? Do you doubt the outcome of that court case?
I mean, would the favors not be against him though?
Oh yeah, no, not at all. You want to know why?
Why?
Because one of the people on the jury was MAGA. The victim, E. Jean Carroll, her attorneys tried to get that MAGA juror ejected. The judge refused to do it. So the jury was, if anything, biased against her. And then this outcome was appealed to 5 different courts, including the Supreme Court, which is 6-3 conservative leaning. And even they upheld the verdict and rejected Donald Trump's attempt for an appeal.
Uh, I mean, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 100% true. That's
Yeah.
not false or anything.
I would definitely say that it's true beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt, because I can't think of a reasonable doubt to to dispute the outcome of this court case.
Okay, maybe morally he's a bad person, right? But as a leader, is he not good? He's
Okay. Okay, so now you're saying if they're white and they're a rapist, make them president.
No,
but if they're
that's
brown
not
and
what I'm
could be a
no,
rapist
no.
because they're brown, let's go ahead and deport them from the country, even though the stats say that undocumented immigrants are 2.5 times less likely to commit violent crimes. You can't start off by saying that black and brown people suck because I'm going to go ahead and generate these false crime stats based on shit I don't know. But then when we actually know that a white man is a rapist, well, he doesn't suck because presumptively white people are innocent until proven guilty, and then when they're guilty, they're still innocent. Meanwhile, black and brown people are guilty until proven innocent, and they start off being villainized, and they have to prove their benevolence. But then they can't even do that either, because it doesn't seem like you really consumed any of the information that I gave you about the exoneration rates, about the over-policing of predominantly black and brown neighborhoods, or, of course, a Veil of Darkness study. I think that you have a lot of racial biases to deconstruct.
I'm not racist though. I have black, brown friends. I have Indian friends. I have Arab friends. I have black friends. Like, I'm not racist.
Yeah.
I'm
Slave
just
owners.
saying,
Slave owners
according
weren't
to
racist. Slave owners weren't racist. They had black house slaves. You know, they're buddies.
No,
right?
but the thing is that no, that's gonna
Oh,
be.
you know, they had black kids too because they'd rape the black women. You know, so I don't know if like the whole like black friend card really works here.
No, but the thing is, I've like, I have black friends and everything. I'm not racist. It's just the statistics, right?
I thought we already went through the quote unquote statistics.
Yes, but like, that's the past, you know? Like, now maybe I'm gonna change my mind about this topic, but I'm not this educated like you.
Okay. Well, I'm happy that I would hope that you would change your mind. That's kind of the goal here.
I mean, about the Trump and rape, all of that, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to research that and everything, but like, I'm unsure.
What are you unsure about specifically?
I mean, like, this is the first time I've ever heard this. I mean, why have I not heard this of, like, any other Libbies?
Because Fox News won't tell you this. How about this? I want to do something else here. I'm actually going to play you a clip of Donald Trump admitting to sexual violence. This one is not as easy to
Your
refute.
obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now, tell me
I'll
what
tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Oh. I guess fuck Trump then. I mean, my mother, she's gone through sexual abuse, and that's not cool. You fuck Trump then.
Good shit, man. I'm really happy to hear that. I think that this is a really pivotal moment for you. I love that for you. Okay? And the one last thing I think I want to say here before you head off is just because your friend's cousin's girlfriend, brother is black, this doesn't mean that you can't have racial biases yourself. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely maybe take a look at deconstructing the racial biases that you have, because it kind of sounds like you may have some based upon, you know, the other conversation that we had. But I'm really happy to hear that you don't support Trump as president, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, okay?
Yeah, you too.
All right, you take care. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream only up inside of the queue. If you do happen to be MAGA, I'd really appreciate that. What the hell is going on today? We are changing everybody's mind. Tina, thank you for the fireworks. I'm not even joking, dude. Wow. We are doing good. We're doing fantastic today. We're on a fucking roll. Tina, thank you so much for the fireworks. Genuinely, we are doing so goddamn good. This is such a good, this feels great. This is a good way. This is, you know, honestly, the way I express my patriotism is by doing this, is by changing minds, is by advocating for people to think critically, is by advocating for people to reject the government, in which I believe is a very fascist, wannabe dictatorial regime that is destroying this country. And I just couldn't be happier that we are changing so many minds on the 4th of July for America's 250th birthday. There is nothing I'd rather be doing. That is great. It's genuinely awesome. Let's go to get that next guest connected. I do have a couple people to thank on Venmo and PayPal. I'm going to do that here in one moment. If you do want to support me, if you want to support the stream, if you want to ask a question, if you want to get a message across, you could find a link to my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok. Pin message on YouTube as well as the handles at the top of the phone screen on TikTok too. It's just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E, my last name Withers. We're doing great today. Arson, thank you for the galaxy.
We're doing great today. Arson, thank you.
All right, they're talking about their ass, so I'm going to kick them. Let's go to get that next guest, Jay, connected. Here we go. On Super Chat, thank you, Rylan, for the 10, who says, hey, Dean, I believe Trump is in the files, and I did things to girls. Tank, thank you for the spectacular show. You're awesome. Back to Rylan, but I have a friend that says there's literally no solid proof, then says just so word of mouth, so what can I tell him? The most compelling argument from the Epstein files would go as follows. First, ask your friend if he believes the victims of Epstein. Your friend will probably say yes. And then you'll say, well, would you therefore believe the allegations against Epstein from the victims of Epstein? Your friend will generally say yes. Okay. Well, one victim of Epstein accused Epstein of trafficking her to Trump. So if they're willing to believe the credible accusations from victims of Epstein against Epstein, then they have to believe that Jane Doe number 4 was trafficked to T. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Are Charlie.
Thank you for the $10. Says Will Sam, who says MAGA is treating this 4th of July like it's a New Year's resolution. Dude, so fucking real, man. We're really doing good today. We're changing some minds. Wow, we got a couple of big donos here. Holy moly. Megan, thank you so much for the $100 donation. Thank you so much. That is MEGHAN. I want to see 1,000 Megan W's down below in that chat. Thank you so much for the fucking love. Let's go. Megan with the $100 says happy 4th, Dean. Kill these. You gotta love the bigots. Yeah, gotta love them. Right, Megan? Gotta love them. Thank you so much for the $100. That is so above and beyond of you. I am so very grateful for your love. Thank you so very much. Show some love to Megan down below. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Huge shout out to Megan down below in that chat. You are the absolute GOAT. Thank you, Megan. Billy, do you support Trump?
I do not. I did just want to say that I used to, and because of you and you alone, I no longer support it.
I love that. That's awesome, Billy. I love that so much. Oh, guys, we maybe have another 20 minutes on the live stream before I gotta head off. Maybe another 20 minutes. We're only live for an hour and a half today. I wish that we could be on live longer. I really wish that we could be on live longer because we're doing so good today. We're doing so... Dude, this is honestly the most unfortunate thing ever. I don't think we've ever had a better start to the stream as long as we've been running these streams. Oh, it's so unfortunate that we got to end here in 20 minutes. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
18.
Yeah, bro. I don't believe you, bro. We're going to go ahead and kick you, bro. Let's go to get that next guest up here, bro. We got Velma loading in. Who do we got? On Venmo? Melanie, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Melody with $100 says, I can't watch the live today because I'm trying to learn how to be a trad wife, but thanks for being one of the last remaining patriots. I appreciate you so much for the love, Melody. Shelby, I appreciate you for the galaxy as well. That's very kind. That's very kind of you. Hey, welcome in, Velma. Do you support Trump?
Dean, I sent you a donation yesterday. I was just trying to make sure you got it because I don't think you saw it.
Oh, I'm so sorry if I missed it, Velma. Every so often I will miss a donation. I try to see each and every single one of them, but sometimes I do inevitably miss one. Just know that I appreciate you, and that's very, very kind of you. I'll look for it, Velma. Thank you so much for the love and support. You have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much. Happy 4th. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Joseph, thank you so much for the $40 donation on Venmo. Thank you, Joseph. Let's get 400 Joseph W's. Joseph with a 40 says, Speedrunner Dean is fucking on fire today. Keep on killing it, bro. Thanks, Joseph. I appreciate you. Bro, we are on fire. You can't even deny it, dude. We're doing great. Thank you so much for the love and support. You are awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Jamie with a $25 who says, for changing Hearts and Minds Fund. Oh, thank you so much, Jamie. And then Cameron with a $20 says, happy 250 to one of online's.
Are on a vendor. Donald Trump is a sex offender.
Happy 250 to one of online's greatest patriots. Love you, dude. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm one of online's greatest patriots because I look at other people like those on the flotillas to Palestine, and I say, damn, they're literally risking their lives for this shit. But I do appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. Thank you for the $20, Cameron. And then Andrea, thank you for the $15, who says, you're an inspiration to me. At the same age, you've accomplished things way beyond myself. Do you have any words of encouragement for a recovering addict? You know what, Andrea? I do. I was raised by an addict. I was raised by a recovering addict. And I'm the person that I am today because of that recovered addict. There's so much good in front of you that you could do. There's so much life that you have to live. And I understand that sometimes when you're in the pits of addiction, it feels like your life is over and there's nowhere where you could go from here. But I swear to you, there is. And in fact, now that you're in the process of recovery, you were just starting your life. You are just starting your life. Keep it up. Because if you do, everything you know will change. I wish you the very best of luck in that journey, Andrea. Genuinely. Do you support Trump, Nightfall?
I do not.
All right, bro. Today we are just looking for some Trump supporters. No worries, though, because I low-key don't have the rules on the live screen. Thank you so much, Ileana, for the $10, who says, Happy 4th, love your content. I appreciate you, Ileana. And then Brianna, thank you so much for the $5. Over on Super Chat, thank you, Jay, for the $20, who says, thank you so much for speaking up for those who don't have a voice. Love you, man. Love you too, Jay. Thank you so much. And then Ash, thank you for the jump pop. You guys are very, very kind. Guys, we only have around another 15 minutes left on the live stream, 17 minutes to be precise before I got to hop off. So let's try to follow those rules so we can maybe get one more conversation here. JR, thank you for the Taxicrum Corky. That is very, very kind of you. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hey, nope, apparently they left. If you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in the bio on TikTok, pin message on YouTube, as well as the handles at the top of the phone screen on TikTok as well. Just make sure to quadruple check that spelling, because there's no letter in the last name Withers. Jordan with the $10 says, Dean, thoughts on the app Vinted selling children disguised as stuffed animals? Love what you're doing, by the way. Keep it up. Well, I mean, I think that there's a video on that kind of like debunked that, and I think I kind of agree with a video debunking that. The reason why there's a bunch of products on Vinted that like have a bunch of like really weird like child specifications, such as like age and size, is because Vinted requires those specifications. Take care. For every single product that they sell on their platform, regardless if it is clothing, which is why they started their platform, to sell clothing, or even like, you know, a stuffed animal. And then after, like, you know, people started to take this and say, oh, maybe this is possibly people selling children. I would say either people started to go on that platform to, like, quote unquote troll by making fake products and making it look like they're children, or to legitimately scam pedophiles. And that's what I would say. I would say, like, all of, like, the rating, the tightness and whatnot on Vintage is probably people genuinely trying to scam pedophiles for money. But what does matter is that there are many institutions that do research into potential online pedophilia rings, child trafficking rings, so on and so forth. And they're actively investigating Vinted. And, you know, I think that we should rely on their findings.
We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the...
All right, guys. Unfortunately, the children have found the live. We might just be going down on the sinking ship right now. We were able to change 6 minds in 1 hour. I've never in my life been able to do that. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a last debate here just because the children are finally starting to find the live, but I'll try my best. James, do you support Trump? This might be it. This might be the end of the road. This is probably the end of the road, unfortunately. KB, thank you for the $50 over on Super Chat. Thank you so much, KB. KB with the $50 says, Happy 4th of July. I hope that your day is safe with you and your family, including Momo and your girlfriend. Just curious if you ever coast with Santana. I know you do with Parker. Well, I coast when I have the time to, and usually Parker's on a little bit like right before I go live, meaning that I do have the time to. Santana's typically on a little bit later in the evening. I usually spend that time with my girlfriend, so I'm not co-hosting with him as much, but when I get an opportunity to, I love to pop up there. Thank you for the $50, KB. Same thing to Rolf. Thank you for the $50. Happy 4th, Rolf, and thank you for the love. Let's get 500 KB and 500 Rolf W's in that chat. Thank you guys very much for the love. Thank you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I don't support anyone that isn't giving us reasoning rights. We have today voting rights to.
All right, let's go to get the next guest connected. This might be the end of the road for the stream today. Casey, thank you for the $10. Who says happy 4th? Keep on keeping on. We need you. Appreciate you, Casey. Finn, thank you for the $15. Who says happy 4th, Dean. Also, fuck that pedo Trump. So true. Ian with the $10 says aloha, Dean. Dude, Ian, hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you today. Anna, thank you for the $10. Who says, did you see the new footage from Trump's deposition about Eugene Carroll? New footage? I have not. Garrett, thank you for the $5. And then Lily, thank you for the 2. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Self Fortnite?
Yep.
How old are you?
19.
With a username like that, you're not an age over 14. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Here we go, everyone. Thank you for the $20, Jill. Jill with the 20.
nigger!
Jill with the $20 says, keep on doing what you're doing. I'm 25 in South Texas, and I do not like the current admin, and I wish I was as brave as you. Jill, listen. The concept of bravery. I'm going to be honest. I didn't really come into what I'm doing with that because I didn't know I'd ever be broadcasting to such a large group of people. Honestly, by the time I was broadcasting to such a large group of people, I just fell into it. Hey, do you support Trump?
I do, yes.
How do you?
I'm 21.
Yeah, what year were you born in?
23. I'm 2002 is my year of birth. Sorry. I know. Sauce.
I believe you. Because no child would ever, no child would, nobody under the age of 18 would ever make that blunder.
That's just somebody I follow. So, but no, I do support Trump.
Why?
I will say recently, I have not agreed with a lot of the things that have been going on. But that's still my leaning way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So why are you leaning towards Trump? Let's hear it.
I guess just over being a up and coming adult, the last 6 to 8 years, I have felt that I just don't agree with a lot of the policies that are going on the left wing side of things. And don't get me wrong, I don't agree with what's going on with Trump per se, because he's making a lot of poor choices. But I do lean in the Republican or the conservative side of things. So that's kind of how I feel that I should be going towards that side. But I also am getting to the point now where I'm like, maybe I need to be a centrist or like a in the middle type of person. Because
let me ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
When you say that you don't like the policies of the left, are you just articulating that when you were a brand new adult at 18, all of a sudden we were all locked down, the pandemic was swarming the nation, and then the economy was shit right as you were starting the adult life?
I can't lie to you. Yeah, that took a big toll on me, man. I mean, especially I was a big sports guy. And that really ruined my high school athletic stuff. I mean, I missed out on multiple years. So
were you class of 2020?
21.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
so
dude,
I got the back end of it. I still got a little bit of joy, but
I understand. I understand. Yeah. I mean, the end of your high school experience and the start of your adult life were completely fucking wrecked by the pandemic, and this all happened under Biden. And everybody on the right was telling you that a lot of these negative outcomes were Biden's fault.
I want to preface everything. Sorry to interrupt. I want to preface everything. I don't blame it on Biden or anything like that. It doesn't have anything to do with that. I know that fact of it. It's just more so what I'm looking at right now is I want to see our economy be set up. I want to see the United States as a whole be put forward. And I know everybody's always like, oh, these tariffs, all these things, they're bad. It's like, well, at the same time, it gets to a certain point where we got to make money for the country, correct?
Yeah, listen, man. Do you mind if I hop in here?
Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead.
First things first, I would say that the domestic economic policy under Biden was genuinely awesome. I don't think that we got to Saul quite the level of, I guess, insanely awesome outcomes from his policy as we would have if we weren't in the middle of the pandemic. But he had some great policy, like his $1 trillion infrastructure bill that invested $1 trillion into rebuilding American infrastructure that created jobs. His Chips and Science Act, which was a 10-year, $220 billion investment that created 500,000 jobs already in the first 3 years and has already transpired $500 billion. Okay. Or many of his other policies, such as the Inflation Reduction Act, that has a downward pressure on inflation while also making the largest multi-million-dollar investment into renewable energy resources ever. Okay. Now, so far under Trump, if you care about the economy, I just would say that this isn't your guy. I think that the right is historically really bad for the economy. Over the course of the last 50 years, Democratic presidents have averaged over 200,000 jobs added to the economy per month. Meanwhile, Republicans have averaged negative jobs added to the economy every month. And then further yet on top of that, all of the economic outcomes so far under Donald Trump's second administration have been terrible. Last year, we had the worst jobs report in 20 years, ignoring recessions. Last year, we had the most manufacturing bankruptcies in 15 years since the tail end of the Great Recession. Last year, we had the most layoffs and unemployment and the highest unemployment rate since the pandemic that we were just talking about. This year, we already have 4.1% inflation, up by 1.5% since Biden's term ended. This year, we've had the largest monthly increase in the price of gas since the Vietnam War in 1967. This year, we've seen the terrible outcomes of his tariffs, as calculated by Goldman Sachs, to be a massive recession in investment in businesses here, as well as $92 billion illegally taxed to Americans. And for these reasons and more, I would say if you care about the economy, point number one, there's just no way you could ever support Trump as president. And point number two, I would heavily incentivize you to actually look at the economic policy of people within the Democratic Party, because it's much better than you've been told.
Okay. All right, Dean. So what I'm going to go from here is, and honest to God, I do hear what you're saying. And like over these last, especially this year and a half, this past recent year and a half, I have been on that same page where I just don't know. I feel like I've been misled. I mean, you know how the MAGA thing was so big and like, this is our big plan. This is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to do. And a lot of it hasn't happened. So where I'm looking at, what I'm kind of going for here is, what do you think should be the plan? What do you think should happen?
Yeah.
And what should we do moving forward as I'm not talking Republican versus Democrat. I'm talking as a country. What should we do? Who should we have in place to fix these problems? Because right now, I feel like we're fighting a war against each other.
I'll tell you. Listen, I'll tell you exactly what we need. I think that there are three really big problems on our hands. Okay? The first really big problem is the economy. We need a politician who is willing to focus on making the material conditions for the average American better off by making things more affordable. The second big problem is corruption. Our government is so fucking corrupt.
Agreed.
Look at Trump. He's been selling pardons to people.
Agreed. Agreed. I'm sorry, Dean.
Now the federal
I agree.
government. Now the federal government won't even can't even investigate him or members of his family for tax fraud. Less than a week ago, Congress found that he committed wire fraud and diverted money that was funded by the taxpayers to a nonpartisan government committee to a partisan private company. Last week, that is insane. And then the third big issue I think we have is just our foreign policy and our foreign involvement. It's time to get money out of politics. It's time for other countries like Israel to stop paying our representatives, lobbying them on both sides of the aisles, millions of dollars.
Do you mind if I tap in on this, Dean?
Yeah, of course.
That's honestly, I think, one of the biggest pulling points for people starting to back off of the Trump support chain is the fact that we are just putting so much into Israel and that whole effort. It's definitely becoming a problem. And I think that's where a lot of people are starting to lose their support for Trump, because he has been just the biggest Israel, excuse my profanity, jerk off. I mean, that's what it has been. And there has been no signs of slowing or anything. I mean, recently, of course, we've had him starting to pull back a little bit, but that has been a solid thing for so long, is America's support for Israel and funding. And everybody is always like, oh, you gotta, they've been our supporter. Well, at the same time, it's like, when does it get to a point where we are giving them more than what is given back, so to speak, in terms of...
Yeah, sure. So listen, I think those are the three biggest issues: the economy, corruption, and foreign policy with other countries funding our congressmen and women. And the only politicians that I see hitting on all three of these points, fighting for the affordability of the average American, fighting against corruption, and fighting against foreign lobbyists, are going to be progressive politicians.
Yeah.
Like, we could point towards some people on the right that are doing like one of these three things, maybe two of these three things. Like Thomas Massey, he's doing one of these three things. He is fighting against corruption, and I give him his flowers for that. But The only candidates in American politics today that are hitting on all three of these pillars are going to be progressive candidates like Zoran Mamdani, fighting for the affordability of the average American, fighting against corruption and fighting for transparency, and fighting against foreign lobbyists because they haven't accepted any money from PACs. People like James Tallarico in Texas. Progressive candidates that are a little bit further left and outside of the Democratic liberal corporate establishment. And I think that's our future, because those are the only politicians that are generally fighting for these three massive issues that need to be fixed.
So, in your eyes, those progressive candidates are the ones that you want to see become the leadership of our nation, correct? In terms of, okay, all right. Can you give me three names?
3 names. Keep an eye on James Tallarico. Okay. Keep an eye on AOC, and I don't know. He'll never be president.
You an AOC guy?
But keep an eye on Mamdani. I think that she's pretty good. I think that I think that compared to the alternative, she's pretty damn good.
I appreciate how she voices her true opinions.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, and Andy Bashir out in Kentucky. I think that Andy Bashir has a pretty great future. You're talking about wanting to bring the country together. There's not a Democrat that pulls higher with Republicans.
That's 100% true. And that's my main thing is I'm sick of seeing us being divided. Like I said, I hate seeing this war between our own nation. I hate seeing right versus left, red versus blue. I hate seeing that because the whole purpose of the United States, it's literally in the name, united.
You're not a Trump supporter, bro. If this is how you think, you're not a Trump supporter.
I am. I'm Dean. I'm 100%. I am.
Donald Trump called for the execution of 6 Democrats in Congress because of what they said.
Okay. We can. All right. But, dude, I'm telling you, like I said, it's been on the downhill slope. Okay. Well, I have not been. I hated Biden. I hated a lot of the things that he did. And I'm a diehard. I would not have voted for Kamala. I'm being completely honest with you. Wow. I didn't vote for Kamala. Okay, dude. All right, you're going to call me out. I know, this is where you're good, Dean. I don't know. I truthfully, I can't off the spot. I can't tell you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to BS you. So, off the spot, I can't give you a reason why other than I just did not agree with a lot of the...
What's one policy that she ran on that you disagreed with?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to lie to you.
Then it just seems like you heard the TV tell you that she was bad about 1 billion times, and then you started to believe it.
Can't that go both ways, though? It does go both ways.
It absolutely does go both ways.
We've both heard the TV talk to us, and I'm not
It absolutely does go both ways, but it shouldn't go either way, which is exactly why I spend my time on live stream trying to change that. And I'm trying to change that with you right now.
That's why
if you care about bringing the people together, you shouldn't support Trump because he called for the execution of 6 Democrats in Congress because of what they said. If you care about bringing the people together, then you shouldn't support Trump because he celebrates the deaths of people that politically disagree.
I don't doubt you. I just want to know, can you tell me where that article is from?
The president of the United States. I'll give you evidence right now.
Dude, what a G.
Title: Democratic veterans in Congress urge service members to refuse unspecified unlawful orders by saying that this is really bad and dangerous to our country.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on his stupid...
He then followed that up.
I'm going to be honest with you, Dean. I hate his truth.
Take a look at this. Seditious behavior, punishable by death. And then he reposted a comment that reads, quote unquote, hang them, George Washington would.
Wow. Okay, well, you just further supported what I was talking about when I said that people, I spoke for myself before. We are all we're starting to lean off of that. We're starting to be like, wait a minute, this guy's crazy. Especially because of, like I said, his Truth Social postings. From my personal experience, me and my family, my personal family, we were all very, very supportive of Trump and what he was doing in the election and all of that. And now we start seeing all these Truth Social posts, and it's like, it almost seems like the guy is kind of starting to become deranged. Some of the things he's saying, I mean, especially the profanity. When have we ever had a president use profanity in an official speech, message, anything? And if you're going to try to use the excuse that Twitter or Truth Social is a...
Hey, man, I got to run. So I'm going to quickly respond to this. Then I'm going to move on.
Yep,
and
my bad.
My stream. But it's not that he's starting to become deranged. It's that he's always been deranged. In 2005, he boasted about sexually exploiting the naked bodies of women and girls by barging into their dressing rooms. And he said it was funny. In 1995,
Jesus.
he raped a woman by the name of E. Jean Carroll, and she proved it in court 3 years ago, and that ruling was just upheld by the Supreme Court last week. Okay? In the early 2000s, he was sending letters to Jeffrey Epstein stating that he wishes him a happy 50th birthday and to continue with his wonderful, beautiful secrets. And the letter was outlined with a picture of a naked woman or girl drawn by Trump himself. I'm going to kick you because I have to run, but I really hope that you do continue to tune into the live streams and hear me out on a daily basis. I'm usually live for much longer than an hour and a half. That's just, this is a very special short live today because of the 4th of July. I thought a short live was better than no live. A couple of people to thank before I run. Comrade, thank you for the 20 euros on Super Chat. Who says class war. That is what you need, America, not culture. You need to fight class. Eat the frickin' rich. Listen, I agree with eating the rich as long as there's like a end goal in sight. And I also think that we need to find what the rich is. Like, I don't think that the issue is going to be millionaires. I think that the issue is going to be billionaires. Like, if you're a millionaire, you got there ethically, you want to pay more in taxes, you want to support your country, good for you, bro. If you're a billionaire, God forbid a trillionaire, you need to be eaten. Thank you so much, Candace, for the $10. She says, thank you for being you. Well, thank you, Candace. Angel with the $10 says, today's news reminds me too much of September 13th, 1926. It was terrible today, Angel. Thank you so much, Laura, for the $15 as well, who says, you're an amazing person. I appreciate you, Laura. Bree, thank you for the $11. Sarah, thank you for the $10. Who says, great work today, Dean. Thank you. KC, thank you for the $10. She says, happy Firth. Thank you so much, KC. And then Jordan, thank you for the $10. And Erica and Harrison, I appreciate you guys for the $5. On PayPal, thank you, Preston, for the $10, who says, I started watching you not too long ago, and I would love to say that I love watching you. Well, thank you, Preston. I appreciate you. And then Sarah, thank you for the $30, who says, thanks for the streams, Dean. I love the knowledge, but at the same time, they could get me pretty down. I struggle with the morality of MAGA supporters. How do you handle it? I truly don't understand the guests on this live, and you've just proven that it's not just ignorance. Listen, bro, if it gets you down, just tune out. But, I mean, it is a real issue that we have. I handle it by knowing that at the end of the day, regardless of how insufferable a conversation that I have is, it's going to be posted online publicly, and it's going to expose the truth to millions. And that's what I want, you know? Thank you so much, Autumn, for the $10. I appreciate you so very much. Stacy, thank you for the $10. I appreciate you so much, Stacy. Sophie, thank you for the $5. And Frederico, thank you for the $5. And Hannah, thank you for the $10, who says, change. We love to see it. Well, thank you. Everybody, that's actually going to be it for the stream today. Like I said, super short stream, unfortunately. Make sure to hit that follow button on TikTok. Drop a sub on YouTube. Usually we do 4-hour streams on a daily basis. So if this was your first time tuning in today, I do apologize for teasing you with a short stream. Hit that follow button so you can come back tomorrow. For everybody doing something with your family today for the 250th, I hope you have fun in your celebrations. That's all for me for now. I'm out of here. Peace, love, good day, and goodbye.